Another completionist open hand foundation accused of keeping charitable donations. More than $600,000 had been raised. This comes to us from IGN. Did you hear about this controversy?
I heard about this about 4 days ago or so. I did.
I heard about this about 4 Smash JT videos ago or so. He's put down.
Yeah, he's been going. He has a marathon. He actually, and I think on his third one, he was like, "Well, if you guys don't understand why I've been putting out these videos, it's because I'm very interested in this story." He was getting mad at his audience.
Very passionate, damn it.
Very passionate, exactly. And I was
this is his new Amico. He's like,
Smash is a lovable character.
He is. The thing of it is, right? It's like, okay, like with the Amico, there was like different things happening every day, but it's just like, oh, he's a scam. Okay, it gets worse. How did it get worse? He bought stuff. Like this is second video, right? Not to go off on Smash, not to make this a Smash bash.
No, I actually like going off on Smash.
But so his first video was like, okay, there's a thing, and he's letting his audience know. That's fine, right? But his second one was like, how did Jared afford $25,000 worth of eShop games? And I'm like, are you insinuating that he stole the charity money and used it to buy?
He does that without trying. He's trying to play stupid though, but he is.
Because like Jirard's channel is pretty big, right? Like DSP is spending like thousands of dollars on fucking WWE champions, right? It's easy for people to afford this shit, right? If you're making good money.
Exactly.
Let me see. What was his latest videos, Jirard? Jirard the Completionist. He's got 1.62 million fucking YouTube subscribers. $25,000 is probably what he gets paid for a fucking ad read.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, for one freaking advertisement, he can, generate for a big one, like a legit one, he can negotiate about 20,000, for one video, and that's not including what he gets on the video. Another 5 if it hits 1 million, maybe.
Smash also gave 10,000 to the Open Hand Foundation. He gets scammed again. He didn't even get a car ride.
But I just don't like how he lumps things like that together without even having evidence, or
the implication that he's making.
Yeah, the implication,
I mean, 2 weeks ago he did 139,000 views on a 4-minute video, which I'm sure netted him some pretty decent money. 266,000 views 3 weeks ago on a 32-minute Super Mario Brother Wonder video, right? He's not hurting for money, right? And again, I understand that, yes, there's 600. Nowhere in any of Carl, Jobst, and Muda's their coverage, right? In their coverage of this controversy, when they first blew the lid off of it, nowhere did any of them say, either one of them never said or implied that any of the money had been taken out. They said the money's sitting there.
There was some actually miscellaneous charges besides those.
But none of it was miscellaneous. It was like, what do they call that shit?
Supposedly they were, what do they call it? Operation fees or something?
Yeah, operational fees. But none of it, other than that, was taken out, right? I don't think it was like 25,000 in operational fees.
No, there's no like 25 number, but I mean, I don't know. There was like some money taken off. But I remember like an 11,000 amount, and then like a couple of smaller 2,000, 1,000.
And the other thing is, did he buy $25,000 worth of games at once? Did Jirard just buy because I think he's bought $25,000 worth of games over the course of months or whatever, right? I mean, if you look at the games I got 450 games, right? On my thing. So we go 450, and we'll say average price of $50. That's $22,000 worth of games if I got them all at full price, right? But I didn't, obviously. I didn't spend $22,000 on fucking PSN games.
I haven't watched the completionist video on buying out the Wii store or the Wii shop, whatever it was. So I'm not sure if he did it all at once or if just because I know Smash said that the completionist said he bought it out for preservation reasons. I guess just in case they're gonna get rid of the shop. So I don't know. Maybe he did do a big old lump buy.
All right, so there's like administrative fees.
No big thing.
Yeah, but I think a lot of the games were on sale and stuff, right?
No, yeah, they are. I mean, the Wii shop is crazy.
So I don't know. I think he's making an implication that isn't there.
No, he is definitely. Yeah, but that's Smash, and that's why people, don't like Smash that much.
And then he made a video 7 hours ago. Reputation ruined. The public perception of Jirard the Completionist has changed. I'm going to say no. And here's why. I don't think most people know who the fuck he is. Right? Let's be honest. We always assign this sort of notoriety to all these people, right? And how many people actually know who he is? The public.
Yeah, and even then, like something else is going to come up and people are going to move on, like that don't even know him, So for any outreach that he gets right now is going to be fake outreach from the outside. And then his fans are always going to stick with them. So Smash is just making an ass out of himself.
Smash is just making a smash out of himself.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is what it is. Anyway.
But speaking of which, what the hell is he doing just raising that money and not doing anything with it? Like, what is that all about?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's read the IGN story and get to the meat and potatoes of this bad boy, as only we can do, because everyone else, they just read a story and yeah, that's bad. So, no, but we're gonna dig deep or something. I don't know. The Open Hand Foundation charity, which YouTuber The Completionist has an quote active role in, has been accused of keeping public donations despite claiming the money is being spent on dementia research. The YouTubers Carl Jobst and Subordinary Gamer. Is it gamers or gamer? I thought it was Subordinary Gamer. Come on, IGN. Just put Muda. Fucking Muda, all right? Mudahar. Uploaded videos of their investigation into Jirard Khalil, better known online as a completionist, and his charity Open Hand Foundation. Why we felt it necessary to use his real name, his full name, I don't know, because no one knows him by that name, right? So let's just throw that in there for the hell of it, IGN. The pair alleged the Open Hand Foundation, which was founded by the completionist's father, Charles Khalil, in memory of his wife, Karine, and in which the YouTuber and his 4 siblings play a, quote, active role, according to its website, currently has more than 600,000 in donations untouched in a bank account and has no evidence of paying that money forward to organizations working against dementia. Now, this comes despite the completionists who boast 1.63 million subscribers on YouTube, running yearly fundraising events called IndieLand, in which online personalities and celebrities come together to raise money directly for the Open Hand Foundation. IndieLand is a celebration of indie games with a mission to raise money for this charity over a 30-hour span, with tons of developers, influencers, and pop culture icons dropping in for the cause. The website reads, all proceeds earned during the event go to the Open Hand Foundation. The completionist has said during these streams the money raised goes to organizations all over the world, such as the University of California of San Francisco, the Alzheimer's Association, and, quote, so many more. The Open Hand Foundation isn't listed as a partner or donor on the Alzheimer's Association website, and while the University of California, San Francisco doesn't keep a list of donors, nothing on its website suggests a connection to the Open Hand Foundation. So, just off Jump Street, I don't see how this guy, Jirard, could have not known what the hell was going on, right?
No, he has to know. I mean, it's not like he's a YouTuber, everybody. He's not like some super like philanthropist, like traveling across the world and has built corporations that he has to look over, I mean, this is his baby. What the hell?
And you would think, again, like if I was getting money, because this is how I see things, right? I'm getting money in. You would think I'd be like, okay, we're going to give it to the thing. I want to be there. Like, I want to be there. Here you go, university. Here's the big check, right? Let's get something like.
It's like he's not a big old busy guy where he can't be there to take credit for this good deed.
Yeah, you would think he'd be completing this. He's the completionist, and he didn't
want to
complete the
complete
one thing he needed to do was give them the fucking money.
He can't. He don't even live up to this name anymore. You can't call him that.
And again, I want to be careful with all this stuff, right? Because
allegedly,
no, not allegedly. Like we know the public filings. What I'm saying is, I don't know why, right? That's the weird thing, because again, it isn't like the money's disappeared. Like if there's like tons of administrative fees, like all the money's gone, right? Then it'd be like, oh, this is clearly a scam. This is like we just collected the money and we're just too stupid to give it away. Like, did you tell Bill to get like Bill, make sure the money goes away, and then like you never checked up on it?
And then Bill got locked in a closet and never, got lost.
Bill forgot to hit send. Shit, there's the email just sitting in the thing. Like, forgot to send.
You forgot to
drafts.
Yeah.
Like, there you go. Like, what? I would just love to know, like, what the hell's going on?
Well, supposedly, Jirard said that he only found out in 2022 that the money was sitting there.
Yeah, but it's still a year and a half, right? Like almost 2 years.
Yeah,
going on.
But
it's like,
but even then, like, how do you find out after years of raising money that I would know my bank account is bumping, or that
charity is one of the oldest forms. But at that point, right? That's the thing, because they looked at the filings and it's still there. So you would think if suddenly in 2022, like I found out and I donated all the money to University of Texas or whatever it is, right?
Like, why was he still holding on even after he found out?
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm searching for from what I heard, he said he was searching for.
Yeah, he did exactly, but he already named that he's working with 2 of them. Gave it to those 2.
Yeah, you named at least 2 organizations that do research that need money.
The one that you've been raising it on. You've been telling people, hey, I've been working with this. I've been working with this. San Francisco University. I've been working with the Alzheimer's Association. So give it to them. I mean, you owe it to them because that's who you've been raising it for all this time. Don't look further.
Yeah, just split it right down the middle. You get 300. You get 300. Boom. Call it a day.
And like, do it now because you're caught, fool.
Yeah, but I think now you have to give the money and then close down. You're done. Like,
exactly.
That's it.
Your foundation is done because they can't trust you, son.
According to Carl Jobst and Mudahar, publicly available tax filings. Why do they say that? I love this. Like, according to them, like, we're too lazy to look at the publicly available tax filings, so we're just going to say according to them. So if they're wrong, we don't get in trouble, right?
Maybe they just wanted to give credit to the YouTubers who were in the forefront of the story. Okay, Tony?
Yeah, but then it's worded bad. I would have said Carl and Mudahar looked at publicly available tax filings that we verified.
Tony, right? Everybody cannot be a gifted writer like you, okay? This is
not even gifted.
This is IGN simple. We're talking about, Tony, okay?
This is like throwing in an allegedly.
This is IGN. Right? This is IGN. We got to give them, a little bit of leeway. We're moving the goalposts here.
Got it.
Yeah.
According to Carl Jobst and Carl Jobst.
I really like Carl and Mudahar. I'm just saying. Mudahar's a little crazy, nutty, but I still like him. And Carl Jobst, I like his dryness.
I was just about to say I like it, but he'll be a little dry sometimes.
Yeah.
Mudahar is okay, but he gets a little low-colly. His recent spat with Boogie was very.
Hey man, Boogie went after his wife. What would you do if they went after your wife? You'd be like, "Go ahead, take her, man."
I'd be like, "What am I worried about? It's fucking Boogie. He's gonna pay her. You're gonna pay me $200,000 for her."
I'll smack Boogie if he went after my kitties.
Anyway,
even though I like them.
The filings show that charity has raised $655,520 since its inception, but has donated none of it, despite recording tens of thousands of dollars in administrative expenses. Only 4 years of tax filings were available when IGN attempted to verify these details on the United States Internal Revenue website, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2020. When asked for an explanation by Carl, the completionist brother Jacques Khalil said the Open Hand Foundation was taking a, quote, vigilant approach to selecting who would receive the money and has, quote, been evaluating potential beneficiaries who align with our vision since its forming. I would have just lied my ass off and be like, guys, you only have up to 2020. We actually donated right after the filings. We donated all the money. Right? I mean, I went for it. That could have bought you some time.
And then Carl's going to go look up.
Oh, you know he is, but I'm just saying, gonna watch it in a couple of weeks, right? Well, the open hand, I mean, obviously they're not afraid to lie. Right? They've been holding on to this money, so it's not like they're very, very honest people. So fuck it. Yeah, at this point, I would just go all the way with it. While the Open Hand Foundation claims to have been operating since 2003, it was registered as a nonprofit organization in 2014. Prior to our official registration as a foundation, we donated body parts for research and made financial contributions to an institution that, in our view, made insufficient progress in the fight against these debilitating conditions. What they want them to cure the disease? These prior experiences has taught us the importance of careful consideration in our partnerships, and is the reason why we continue to search for a proper partner and recipient of our donations.
So they did a foundation that donated bodies?
Well, what I'm assuming is that the mom died, right? And I guess she had dementia. That's why they opened this foundation. So I'm assuming they donated her body so they could study her brain and the organs and to see.
And they probably bought whatever.
Well, they probably just like there's nothing we could do. Like, okay, we studied her brain. That didn't really teach us anything, right? Like,
yeah.
What did you expect? Like, we're gonna look at her brain and like, oh, we've cured dementia, right? Like, there's only so much you can learn. I mean, you can learn some things, and you can be like, oh, maybe there's a deficiency in this vitamin. So maybe if you eat vitamin G3, you might lessen the effects.
Maybe you learn nothing though, too.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like, so them being mad, it's just like, I don't know. It's like when people are like, we keep giving money to cancer research and it's not cured. It's like, it's not that simple. It's like
exactly. But his explanation on who or what he's going to be giving the money to makes no sense, though. That has to align with his vision, because he has been, saying that he's going to be giving this money or raising it for these two foundations already. So it's like, you shouldn't be looking anymore, buddy.
And you shouldn't have been name dropping Tommy Tellerico.
Exactly.
I mean, what?
Don't name drop unless you want to start, unless you don't want to donate in the first place to them.
Yeah. Now, the Open Hand Foundation is therefore claiming it hasn't donated any of the raised funds because it has spent the past 9 years searching for a worthy partner to receive that money. They're gonna have like the Hunger Games. They're gonna have a bunch of scientists.
Have they really been searching for 9 years?
Sort of.
That's a long time to search. You think you'd find somebody by now?
Yeah. They've been flying all over the world on administrative fees, discussing Alzheimer's.
That's exactly what's.
They went to like Honolulu and Bali. No, I'm not doing a smash, guys. I'm only playing. I'm not making any assumptions. They've obviously only done the best. And
they've been like walking around the block. Hello, searching for places.
It's like there was nobody in my fridge. There was nobody in my microwave. I looked in the oven. Just couldn't find anybody. Terrible. Sat on my couch. There was nobody there.
They're going to nerd conventions. Hey.
This comes despite the completionist claims during IndieLand streams that he had actively supported charities and, for example, is one of the, quote, main funding support partners of the University of California, San Francisco. Here's what I want to know, right? At some point, somebody, somewhere would have had to ask the University of San Francisco, right? Because I'm sure that there's, with 1.6 or 1.3 million subscribers, somebody that goes to that university has to, the odds of them, at least one or two people being fans of Jirard, watching those videos. And then, like, wondering, like, I've never heard, like, I go to this school, I've never heard of him, like, donating money, right? Like,
yeah. Or somebody, like, in the science department or something that would be more, in tune with needing the donations, or the medical department.
Because you would think, like, people that are, like, into that research, they would, like, hear about, oh, there's this thing that is raising money. Let's contact them, see if we can get some of that money, right? See if they can help our department.
What if they already have?
Yes, I'm just saying it's just like weird that like it's been 9 years. And I didn't watch all of Carl or Mudahar's coverage, but did they say why they looked into this? Like, what was the catalyst for them to like, hey, we should look into this? Was it a whistleblower?
No, I think Carl just said that's just what they do.
They're just like, hey, you know what? Jirard's been doing this thing. Let's just look into it.
Yeah, they were saying that even though Jirard was his friend, he just thought he'd look into it. And because it's like all just public information, and he also encouraged other people just to start looking into foundations because there's just so many out there that don't follow through.
He did now, but there had to be something. I don't buy that explanation. There had to be some catalyst, some like, hey, I don't think he's donating money. Someone either close to the foundation or maybe they overheard Jirard or something, and they're like, hey, dude, maybe you should look into that. But Jude Duvall says, I heard the cure for cancer is weed. Could be. That brings us to $1,189.31. Thank you, Jude. Potion, you've been smoking the weed. Have you gotten the cancer?
I haven't gotten the cancer yet, so I can say I'm completely cancer free at the moment. Is it the weed? Probably.
Let's go with that. It keeps you. It preserves you.
I can tell you one thing though. It does help you sleep. It's been a great 4 days of sleep since I quit vaping and I switched to weed. Anyways.
Oh man. Geek Getaway. Someone sent Carl a tip. I saw it somewhere. After the source told Carl he looped Muda in, and that's where the interview came from. Well, there you go. See, someone tipped him off. I knew it wasn't just like organically. Just, hey, I got nothing to do. I haven't investigated anything in a while. Jirard the Completionist. Now, why hasn't weed helped your kidneys? Ocean.
Why indeed? In fact, I think it did actually. I think if it wasn't for it, I would have been a long time ago. But it's prolonging them. They're fighting on right now.
I told you, man. We just find some homeless guy. You don't need him.
Yeah.
And then, we throw my ID on him and push him off a building, and you get some kidneys, and I get a new life.
You get a new identity. All right. We'll have to pick out somebody handsome like me, though. A homeless handsome guy.
You're like, oh, I don't want those kidneys. They're not handsome enough.
Nah, those are ugly kidneys. I don't, because I don't want to be ugly in the inside.
As part of a larger response to Carl Jobs, Jakeel Khalil denied any wrongdoings. Quote, while we understand the necessity of due diligence in charitable engagements, the insinuation of wrongdoing on the part of the Open Hand Foundation is both unwarranted and unfounded. You have a bunch of money. All you had to say was either we don't still have the money, or you're wrong, and here's why we have the money, right? But you didn't. You're like, we have the money, and we just haven't found anybody, which is bullshit. We conduct our operations within the bounds of legal and ethical standards, and any implication to the contrary is baseless. Our foundation has always acted in good faith, and we take any suggestion of impropriety very seriously. We stand firm on our record and integrity. What record? The record of you holding a bunch of money?
Yeah, like it's because they have no excuse, So
I love this one too. Carl Jobs and some ordinary gamer also provided audio of what they claimed to be a call with the completionist. Did he deny it was a call with him? Is IGN insinuating that Carl Jobs and Muda faked this call, or it's used AI audio? Is that going to be the new and get out of jail free card?
That's what it is.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like fucking grow some balls, IGN. Be like, it was a call with fucking Jirard. Jirard said this on the call, right? I am 100% certain that Carl and Muda are not going to fake a phone call with Jirard. They already had it. The phone call was not needed for their coverage, so there's no reason for them to fake it, right? The kill shot was already the fucking tax filings.
The tax, yeah.
Quote, I knew the money was sitting there at a certain point, and that's what made me proactively go about it. The speaker, allegedly the completionist, said, no, fucking Jirard. It was Jirard. I was made aware in 2021 that the money hadn't moved yet, and that's what made me go, that's
2021?
And that's when I got personally involved to move it. And not 2021, last year, 2022. So, but you still didn't move it, right? Again, if you would be like, look, you have the old filings, but if you clearly, here's the new filing that shows that we did after I was aware, the money's no longer there, right? Then I would say, okay, Jirard is an idiot. He left someone in charge. The person in charge didn't do what they were supposed to do. He was under the assumption they were doing this thing. When he found out, he made corrections, right? But he didn't. He didn't. He's still fucking sitting there, according to everybody, right?
Yeah. But I like how he cusses. It's not fucking cool, but he only does that for a dramatic effect. I just want everyone else to know.
Finbar says he doesn't need to be homeless, just some asshole we don't like.
I don't want an asshole's kidney in me.
Yeah.
I'll be hating myself all day.
Your kidney will be fighting you from the inside. You're like, still fighting me after we killed you?
I know.
The speaker adds, Jirard adds, I assumed that it was all going to charity, and I assumed incorrectly. Despite this, the completionist said again in a 2023 stream that the Open Hand Foundation was contributing to various organizations, which is after Carl Jobst and Subordinate Gamer allege he knew otherwise. IGN has reached out to the completionist, University of California, San Francisco, and the Alzheimer's Association of Comedy. Okay, this I love this part though, which is when I read this part, it made sense as to why they wrote things the way they wrote. Right? Disclosure, which should have been at the top. This should have been at the beginning of the fucking article.
Look at that.
Disclosure, a member of the IGN staff has a personal relationship with Jirard Khalil. They did not participate in the reporting of this story. Okay. However, it is very clear to me as an outside observer to look at this. First off, you didn't tell us who, right? That's very telling, because if it was the editor or the editor-in-chief, that's a bigger deal than if it was.
And you don't want to offend him, you know, a good friend of Jirard the Completionist.
But what I'm saying is, like an editor or an editor-in-chief is a lot bigger than, say, the guy who fucking puts up the images, right? The image credit guy, right? Yeah. A freelance IGN reporter is a lot different than, again, the owner of the website or the editor-in-chief or the staff writer, right? Why you wouldn't just name the person is very telling, very telling. You didn't name the person, you didn't name their job. And it's very clear that even if he didn't participate in the reporting, his presence was felt throughout when you make claims like allegedly that's Jirard on the call, assumptions that he didn't do this or that, right? So also this is like a old picture when he's all fancy. He looks a lot less.
He looks like